You ever been in a room where someone thinks they're untouchable, like they can just steamroll over anyone and get away with it? That's exactly what happened to Sarah, a 24-year-old server at the Blue Haven, this swanky little spot in Asheville, North Carolina, where the cocktails cost more than her hourly wage. It's a Friday night, the place buzzing with chatter, glasses clinking, and this old grand piano in the corner just begging for someone to play it. Sarah's slinging drinks, flashing her usual warm smile. But deep down, she's carrying a dream bigger than that. Dining room music's her thing, always has been. She's been playing piano since she was a kid, pouring her heart into every note, dreaming of a stage way beyond this gig. But dreams don't pay rent, so here she is, dodging spilled wine and entitled customers. Then in walks Richard Caldwell, this big-shot real estate guy who struts in like he owns the whole damn town. Picture him, tailored suit, slicked back hair, and a smirk that screams he's used to getting his way. He's got this crew with him, all laughing too loud, tossing around $100 bills like they're napkins. Sarah's just trying to get through her shift, but Richard zeroes in on her like she's his evening's entertainment. "Hey, sweetheart," he calls out, loud enough for the whole room to hear. "You look like you've got some hidden talents. What's your deal?" Sarah brushes it off with a polite laugh, says something about loving music, but she's thinking, just let me do my job, man. Richard's not having it. He's got this glint in his eye, like he's cooking up a plan to make her squirm. See, Sarah grew up in a tiny town in Tennessee, raised by her grandma who worked double shifts at a diner to keep the lights on. That old upright piano in their living room was Sarah's escape, her way of drowning out the world, from the bills piling up to the kids at school who called her nobody. She taught herself Beethoven by ear, played at church, even won a local talent show once. But college? Music school? That was a pipe dream. No scholarships, no savings, just grit and a love for music that never quit. She moved to Asheville hoping for a fresh start, and the Blue Haven's piano was like a beacon, even if she only got to touch it during late-night cleanups. Back to that night, Richard's not letting up. He's had a few too many whiskeys, and now he's leaning back, all smug, saying, "So you play piano? Prove it. That thing in the corner's just collecting dust. Give us a show, Sarah." His buddies chuckle, and the room starts to turn, eyes on her, waiting for her to crash and burn. Sarah's heart's pounding, no stranger to tough crowds, but this feels like a trap. She stammers, "I'm working, sir, maybe another time," but Richard cuts her off, voice dripping with mockery. "Oh, come on, don't tell me you're all talk. What? Scared you'll embarrass yourself?" The words hit hard, like a punch she didn't see coming. She can feel the room watching, judging, and for a split second, she wants to bolt. But then something shifts. Maybe it's her grandma's voice in her head, saying, "Don't you ever let anyone dim your light, Sarah." Maybe it's just years of swallowing doubt and proving herself anyway. She sets down her tray, squares her shoulders, and says, "All right, fine." The room goes quiet as she walks to that piano, every step feeling like a mile. She sits, hands shaking, and takes a breath. The first notes of Moonlight Sonata spill out, soft, almost fragile, but the no man. Then she leans into it. Her fingers fly, the music swelling, raw and alive, like she's pouring every late night, every slammed door, every "you're not enough" into those keys. The diners stop eating, the clinking glasses go still, even Richard's smug grin fades. It's just Sarah and the piano, telling a story no one in that room saw coming. When she hits that final note, the place erupts. People are clapping, some standing, a few wiping their eyes. Her coworker, Jake, who's been sneaking her extra coffee on long shifts, gives her a nod like, "Hell yeah, girl." Richard? He's just sitting there, clapping slow, like he's trying to save face, but his eyes say he knows he's been schooled. Sarah stands, knees still shaky, and looks right at him. He tries to recover, says, "Well, damn, didn't see that coming," with a laugh that falls flat. Sarah just smiles, cool as anything, and says, "Guess you don't always know what people are capable of." It's not loud, but it lands like a mic drop. The room feels as power shifted, and Richard's not the king of this castle anymore. Later, as Sarah's clearing tables, people stop her, saying things like, "You're incredible," or "Don't stop playing." One guy, a quiet dude in a corner booth, slips her his card. Turns out he's a music teacher at a local college. offering to help her audition for a program. The tips that night? Enough to cover her rent and maybe a few lessons. As she walks home, the mountain air cool on her face, Sarah feels a spark she hasn't felt in years. She's not just a server, not just a dreamer, she's a damn artist, and no one's taking that from her again. But here's the thing. Richard wasn't just some jerk looking for a laugh. Word around town was he'd been buying up half of Asheville, pushing out small businesses, raising rents, making life hell for folks like Sarah. That night wasn't just about her music, it was about standing up to someone who thought he could crush her spirit for sport. And maybe, just maybe, it made him think twice. So what do you think? Ever had to face down someone like Richard? Someone who tried to make you feel small? Drop it in the comments. Let's talk about those moments when you flipped the script and owned your truth.